this video I'm using some older parts from previous steps, doing some painting and fabricating some deck chairs. So here do we have a screenshot from the video I use as a reference, and if we look very closely we see many differences. First of all, there will be live buoys on both sides, there is a cap rail, and we do have some deck chairs which I will use to lock down the movable deck to the fixed part of the deck. The kit also doesn't provide the stringers for the inside of the bulwarks on the stern, and luckily we have some leftovers from the steps before or from the deck below, and they are the same size or correct size and just enough to finish the bulwarks. So, and for the stringers in between those, we're using a 2x2mm walnut strips, which seems to be the right size. Alright, so next we have the cap rail for the bulwarks on the stern, and for that I'm using a 1mm piece of scrap plywood, tracing the underside with a pencil, and for make this curve a little bit wider, cut it out, sand it, and as you can see this fits perfectly to the shape of the bulwarks on the stern. To make the cap rails more realistic, I'm using AK Interactive old wood, and those colors are basically a stain or highly diluted paint, and with a base color and a little bit of practice you can give almost every part a wood-like appearance. Next we did some 3D printing because we need some live buoys, and to fabricate those 3D printed parts I'm using Tinkercad. It's a free download and very easy to use. Alright, so with some of the additional details done, we can go over now and plank the deck. And if most of you already know, I'm doing a little special deck planking, and that means first I have to frame all the decks or the edges, and that I'm doing with a 5 by 0.5mm walnut strip. And to put myself in a little challenge, I don't want to have a clear cut between the removable part and the fixed part, so that's why I'm overlapping the deck planks a little bit on each side. Alright, so with finishing plunking the edges, we can go now over and plunk the deck. And for that I'm using a 3 by 0.5 millimeter walnut strip, and I made a white caulking. We always start from the center and then going outwards to the left and to the right. Well, since I showed the process of how I do this white caulking, I only will show you here in some pictures the progress, what I made in one day. And you see it's very time consuming. And you also can see what I mean, that I don't want to have a clear cut between the removable and the fixed part. I think that is very clear in these pictures. But I still have a little problem with this removable part. Alright, so I think in this video it becomes clear why I don't want to have this clean cut between the removable and the fixed part of the deck. Because if you don't know it, you will not see directly the separation line. But before attending the problem, we still have to put the railings and also the box for the life vests on this deck. The railings are made from laser cut acrylic sheets, and even though they are not everybody's favorite, they are really flexible. And to be honest, how many times we bumped off or cracked off some brass railings, and that won't be happened with those flexible railings. For the box of the life vests, I'm using a 1 millimeter styrene sheet, and it's a very simple construction, just 4 sidewalls and a lid, and since it's styrene, it's also very easy to glue together. To make the box a little bit more realistic, I was looking for some old decals and found some, but they were way too old and didn't work anymore. Luckily, I found some other decals which are not correct, but it really looks okay. And now we can prepare the handrail of the railing, and as always, we use the base color and then stain it. Well, before I glue the parts to the deck, I already prepared the deck with a gloss varnish so that I don't have to attend this anymore, and now I can glue the parts with CA glue to the deck and the prepared long holes I made in the edge of the staircase. Well, in my opinion, the look is not that bad, and the fit is also very good. We only have really tiny gaps on the separation line, but we still have the problem that the deck will wiggle. So my thinking was I need 3 fixing points to screw down the deck. Well, since I don't want to make holes in the deck and then put a screw on it I checked again the picture and saw that there are deck chairs. So I replicate these deck chairs from brass wire and brass sheets, and on one leg I soldered this tiny wood screw. So basically the chair is only an extension of this tiny wood screw, and with that we can screw down the movable part to the fixed part of the deck. As said, I think I will need 3 of them, and they are all similar but not the same because they are handmade. And as for paint preparation, well, first I will put some metal primer from Mr. Hobby on it, and after that brown or beige color from Tamiya, and after that the AK stain color. Alright, so I believe using the deck chairs as a screw extension or screw head extension, and with that screwing down the deck to the fixed part was the most elegant solution I came up with to stop this wiggling and have a bigger gap in between. So that means also that the passengers can enjoy their drinks and take a look on the sea or ocean. And in the next part we will go inwards, and that means constructing the cabins and all the stuff what is inside of the second level. Up to then, stay tuned and see you there.